Hello, welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. Now I need to make coffee, so I'll be back in 1 minute and let's begin coding Emacs Lisp. Okay, Xah Talk Show. Am I good? Audio check, video check, video check. Yes, I'm good. Lisp coding, beautiful girls, generated by AI. Be right back in 1 minute. Fantastic. Are we here yet? Oh, fantastic. So many people. Check, audio check. U.S. Army. Be all you can be. This is a quality cup. Row count, head count. Rodolph. Hello, fantastic. Crystals. Hello, fantastic. Pinda. Fantastic. Have you given up using Svalboard? Svalboard. This is Svalboard, okay? Svalboard, fantastic. Not, well, so much delays. I never actually plugged it in, because coding is more important for me. The reason, let me talk about this for a few minutes. I was just talking to Klaus, fantastic guy who created this. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm going to play with it in my live stream next week. I mean, within 10 days. Okay, maybe tomorrow, but anyway, next week or so. So you see magnetic. So you see why the delay? Because, well, coding is more important to me, and this because I'm an ergonomic fanatic. Okay, so this everything checked out. I checked out the input. How it works. So I think this is great. I will be using it, but it takes a total switch. Like once I learned this, I can see the day once I learn this, I will not be using any of these normal keyboards anymore. So that's kind of a major switch. So that's why I haven't really got into. And also, of course, another thing is the layout, because I'm a philosophy academic kind of guy, so I'm kind of slow, but in detail. So so this, you can, there are layout issues. And then there's standard, there's abbreviation system. So, I can see myself, I'm going to be very elaborate. Like I'm going to take days, basically it'll take me few years to, I mean, not take few years, but I will be using it and develop systems on it, for years to come. So, so I haven't done that yet. So, but, next week, within a week, we will be, I'll be starting to explore it. Okay. So hey there, hey Dan, recovered after last live session. Yeah, the last live session is the Wolfram language coding a advent of a code, and that was 6 hours. Oh, that's interesting. I must only use Svalboard for today's stream. No, not today, but yeah, that would be interesting. That would actually force myself to, get onto it. But yeah. Okay, so let's get on to Emacs Lisp, today's topic. Okay, 11 viewers, fantastic. Where do we begin? I talked about keyboard so many times, so let's skip it today. So let's show. Thank you, AI, and thank you, Elon Musk, for bringing us this fantastic thing. Beautiful. Girls, the center of humanity. You love it, I love it, but we refuse to talk about it, to be so explicit. We like today's Zoomers, they'll say, she's a thought or a bitch or whatever. I don't care, but actually you care very much. That's the purpose of your life, okay? And girls, you look at girls, they themselves look at other girls. You open the women's magazine, it's all beautiful girls. Okay, enough of that. So let's code today's Emacs Lisp, okay? Ferguson says, hi Xah, if you call yourself a JX expert, why your website, this is interesting, why is your website so ugly without common front-end features and styles? My website is the most efficient, most beautiful, most lean, most correct than all the other JavaScript, React, Angular, whatever crap bloated, okay? That's another topic. I can talk about that, for days, because let me just talk about that for 2 minutes. I learned HTML in 1996 at Wolfram Research, okay? HTML life began around 1990s. Web didn't begin really until year 2000. I mean, year 2000, there's only 5 websites, actually more than that, 10. So, so the web didn't become like mainstream until even 2005, well, basically until Apple, Steve Jobs created iPhone. That's when every, non-computer users use the web. Anyway, so I learned HTML 1995 at Wolfram Research. I learned about web server, back then I just know Wolfram language, I don't know anything about what's Unix. And I vaguely have some idea. It's like, this fancy esoteric operating system. I don't even know what operating system means, okay, technically. I don't know, networking. What does that mean, networking? I mean, then you hear some, news articles about the hackers. They writing web crawlers, how you can create automatic bot that crawl the web, spider, that was called, crawl the cyberspace, I don't know all of that. I don't know Perl, I don't know Unix, I even don't know what is a tar, gzip tar, like you compress a file, at that time. But I was already kind of the expert, I would say, of Wolfram language, because I've been coding it for like 7 years. That's all I know. Math and Wolfram language, okay? It was called Mathematica. And CSS was born around 1997 or 98 or something. It wasn't popularly used until after year 2000. CSS, okay? Cascading Style Sheet. Yeah, I have tutorials on all these, okay? Just look at my website tutorial, okay? You got HTML, full introduction, lean, precise, concise, example-based, correct, then all the zoomers crap out there, okay? HTML intro, CSS introduction, okay? Visually, you got fancy things like animation or transition, you see? June, or Hoover, image Hoover, that's old. Image Hoover is Asian everywhere in late 1990s, okay? So then you got JavaScript. This is JavaScript in depth. More in depth, more correct than any JavaScript you can buy, okay? Let me show you an example. Moedo, he showed a photo of his fantastic desktop and books. Okay, let me show you his desktop first, okay? His power station. And by the way, we have the hot dog idiot, this, using this, God. Anyway, so this is Moedo. He's in Middle East, okay, Arab guy. So this is his power station. Great picture. But he also got a bunch of books here. You see, there is the Learning Golang, one of the best language, okay? Golang and F#, industrial coding. Now, and you need also learn Wolfram language, okay? Learning Golang. And he's got a bunch of books here, and we have a magnified version. Let me show you the book, Moedo, okay? Hi, Moedo. Hi, Mo. And these girls are beautiful animation girls from Lunaris. Okay, not gonna show that. But anyway, so here's Moedo's books. Partially, he got other books. So he's a machine learning expert. Moedo, that's what he does professionally using Python. ChatGPT is written in Python, the most idiotic language. But what can you do? It's popular, like C and C++. And PHP and JavaScript. Anyway, so here's Moedo's book. So one of these series of books, top JavaScript books, okay? It's called You Don't Know JavaScript. You don't know a shit about JavaScript. That is true. If you've been coding at Google for like 1 year, you don't know shit about JavaScript, okay? So by this guy, what's his name? Something Simpson, okay? This is a good book, although I haven't actually read it. I don't have it. And it began, I'm not sure it's even online free, but it began as just one book, then it expanded, like You Don't Know JavaScript. 5 volumes, 6 volumes. JavaScript is the most complex crap, okay? But you really have to get into JavaScript to actually know, to actually be able to say it is the most complex crap possible. One of the worst language, even today, even with, anyway, So anyway, this book, Kyle Simpson, is one of the best JavaScript book, okay? Now, that book is inferior to mine. Okay, let me tell you, JavaScript in depth. This professional, sponsored by Google, they got donations, these people, this how shall I say, this class of people, they got a lot of money, they can, anyway, so it's a good book, okay? Kyle Simpson, You Don't Know JavaScript. Now it's a kind of a series, like 6 or so books. That's a good book. But my book is better, okay? Not necessarily better, because when you are correct, then, when you are both quality has many aspects. But then you have the issue, for example, Apple. You have bad apple versus good apple. Bad apple is not fresh, for example, or got worms, or doesn't look beautiful, even though it's good apple, but it looks ugly. So you have bad apple versus good apple, right? You have bad oranges, rotten, versus good oranges. But when you have a great, excellent, fresh from the farm, big, juicy, sweet apple, versus, let's say, orange, also fresh, good, giant, juicy, sweet orange, then it's a matter of style. Okay, that's how you judge the quality of things. For example, is this, my keyboard, Glove 80, is it better than the Kinesis 360? Well, both of them are the top-notch quality, I would say, including the Ultimate keyboard, this one. But then it comes to become a matter of style. Do you want it portable? Do you prefer the looks? Is the looks bit more important than whatever? Key switch, which one you prefer? So it became a matter of taste. So I would claim, let me peddle my JavaScript, okay? I don't get paid, I don't, you guys watch me at, the few donate. So I would claim that my JavaScript in-depth tutorial, online and free too, is equal quality, if not superior, than this sponsored by Google, Facebook, whatnot, You Don't Know JavaScript book by Kyle Simpson, okay? In terms of correctness, in terms of quality, in terms of, every aspect, okay? Anyway, that's peddling my JavaScript. And your comment, your comment, Ferguson, you think my website sucks? You don't know shit. You go to the common website, they are bloated. Their CSS is 10 times the size of my CSS file, okay? Like, for example, go to Wikipedia. This is my CSS 13K, okay? 13 kilobytes, okay? Go to the bottom, 800 lines. Go to the top, okay? 13 kilobyte. You check out Wikipedia, check out Google, go check out Facebook. They are one fucking bloated fuck with their jargon of atomic CSS or whatever, unreadable and compressed. If you want to criticize my website, there are some parts some criticism would be correct, quality criticism. But so far, your criticism is like, no content. Okay, so CSS and also JavaScript, you visit Facebook, you visit, Twitter. You can, like right now, you can check out the Twitter's Shift Control I. You can check. Look at that. Failed to load this. Failed to load that. Well, that's because blocking, I think. Anyway, so you can check out, their CSS. You'll see that the CSS is bloated, inefficient, the JavaScript is bloated, inefficient, and on and on. And the web design is fucked up. The visual quality, GUI, so-called graphical user interface, or by the CSS guru idiots, they call it user experience, like UI and UX, this jargon, this starting with late millennium, okay? Why is that? Because, for example, let me just show you one simple example why this user interface is fucked up. You like sometimes you press page down, it goes loop into a cycle and it's slower, okay? Why? Because they use JavaScript they have like lots of JavaScript to track, which page you are on. Lots of that, tons. They need to track. I mean, with Elon Musk's Twitter since about 2 or 3 years ago, now it's much better. Before, it's with the Jack Dorsey deep state corrupt Twitter, it's far worse. Okay, and then lots of things. So that will be another day's topic. So am I losing audience? Are you guys here to see Emacs Lisp? Okay, so I should get back to Emacs Lisp. So I don't know who you are. Maybe you are a Zoomer, Ferguson, like you are a young guy, so you don't know the issues, this. Okay, let me show you just one last page, then that's about it about this topic. Then let's go back to Emacs Lisp. Okay, so you just search for Xah info. Actually, go to Xah code. Okay, go down. It's linked. The page loads instantaneously, and I've started to remove any YouTube embeds, because every time you have one YouTube embed, it let me show you one YouTube embed. For example, my old video. So let's say this one. There's a YouTube embed. Every time you have a YouTube embed, it sucks up 1 megabyte, or was it like not 1 megabyte, much more. They suck up your memory. You can see it. Every time a page has one YouTube embed, your memory increases significantly. Okay, I forgot exactly what it is. Okay, we can show it actually right away. You just so turn that path into a URL, that one, and then you just open in Brave. Okay, I can show you. Oh, then you need to turn on JavaScript, of course. Okay, you see there's one embedded YouTube video. Now you go here, it'll tell you memory usage 82 megabytes. Okay, now if you go to Twitter, memory usage 321 megabytes. Jesus. Grok 318 megabytes. Bookmark news, that's my website. Okay, but anyway, so you see this website with embedded YouTube. Now let's remove it. Open it, show in browser, that's the one. Go back and remove this embed. Let's say just comment out. Okay, show in browser, so it's good. Now go back to Twitter. Go back to the Brave browser. Now remember, it's 82 megabytes. Now refresh. Okay, actually that won't do because it's in memory, so I don't think it'll work. Let's refresh. Well, then I need to upload to my server. Yeah. Okay. So wait. So let's just show this open in Brave. Okay. Yeah. So if you and you have to try Chrome now, but Chrome doesn't show the memory like that. Anyway, you can. How do I start? Okay. So anyway, so this page is 52 megabytes of memory. What? But anyway, it 99, now it's 99 megabytes. So anyway, every time you have YouTube embed a YouTube video, it uses like 30 megabytes, something like that. Okay, bloated, like full of bloat. Partly they do that, they promote that because then they, for example, Microsoft, they want you to buy a new computer, so they make money. And Google is like, I'm 22 years old. Yeah. So do you understand what I'm saying? So for if you want to look at pretty website, let's go to some tech website, github.com. Okay. Oh God. Okay. So I mean, right now it's without JavaScript. That's why it's kind of fucked up. My website doesn't fuck up even if you have JavaScript off. My website, like if you go to Richard Stallman's website or many of the classic, like Paul Graham, okay? Paul Graham. His website is the most ugly possible because he's old, he's before my generation, this is his website. Let's turn on JavaScript. Do nothing. And these are image bitmaps. Do you know what I'm talking about? Image maps. That's how these links work. So, in short, what Paul Graham is doing, his HTML is like 1999 HTML. So if you want to criticize, like originally you said, oh, your website sucks, looks like old or something, that's Paul Graham's website, okay? Paul Graham, a billionaire or something, probably, or 100 millions, the Hacker News, founder of Hacker News, he's a top expert of Common Lisp coder. He wrote Common Lisp, he created one of the first online store, sold it to Yahoo, and he founded Hacker News to promote the so-called Silicon Valley incubator, whatever, the investor, capital investment, angel investors, whatever, fuck money, to promote new website. So anyway, Paul Graham, okay, his website is 1999 crap, plain and simple. Okay, but my website is not 1999. Okay, my website, it's plain and simple, just like Paul Graham. Possibly, not larger size in anything than his website. But however, let me show you some of my features on my website. You got, well, first of all, you got embedded videos when it is appropriate. For example, even I'm trying to remove it today. I've been removing, I've been blogging for like 30 years almost. So I started to remove all these YouTube embeds because Google has become so corrupt. I don't want any of their code because when you embed a YouTube video, they essentially can do almost anything. Anyway, it's a huge issue, okay? So my website, you got interactivity, okay? For example, image rollover, CSS animation. And why does it stop? Because after like 30 seconds, I made it stop. Because used to, when CSS animation came up about 10 years ago, it uses huge CPU. Okay, when you have CSS animation on, you can see the CPU went up. But today's, I think they fixed that. But okay, refresh, you can see they work again. So you have interactivity, you have dynamic highlight. Let me just introduce some of my website features. Okay, now let's say you click on color ingredient. Oh, you have random generation, interactivity, or you want a rainbow, or random. What about, I just want 4 colors. I don't want so many, okay? And you can change direction dynamically as you, can you see my screen? Oh, am I just, oh, you can, okay. You see? And, okay, and let's say, so selector syntax, you see this highlight that tells you this is the page you are on. Let's say click on CSS length units. Oh, so you are on this page, so Let's click on 2D transformation. Move the mouse here. Oh yeah, so these are example 2D transformation. They are not dynamic, but if you want dynamic, you click on, you see, it tells you, you see that highlight? That's done by JavaScript. Dynamic. And this transition, CSS transition, mouse hover over me, and you can see an example. Hover here, you can see, you see. And what about, these CSS guru fuckheads? They are, I work at Google. I'm the head of Google web design. These idiots, okay, they talk about responsive design, another jargon. Responsive design. Have you heard of it? You must have, right? Because that's your generation. Responsive design. Oh, let's see. Let's shrink the window. Oh, the panel is gone. You see, let's try it again. Enlarge. Oh, the panel is back. Oh, the panel is gone. Responsive design. So if you have tiny screen, my website still works. Does Paul Graham's website work? No. Look, all the text got cut off. Can you see that? Magnify. Now you see all the text. Shrink the window. All the text got cut off. Oh, all the text got cut off. What the fuck is Paul Graham, this rich billionaire and master of common Lisp? What the fuck? Let's go to Xah website. Let's see. Oh, still good. Oh, this still works. Responsive system. Can you see that? So it's not plain text like this Paul Graham, these hackers, like even the, let's name a few hackers, of the 90s or 80s era, Paul Graham, Richard Stallman. You can go to their website and check, compare the GUI design, the UI UX user experience, whatever fuck jargons. Go there, go to Richard Stallman website homepage, go to Paul Graham, go to ESR, Eric Raymond, who write Cathedral and Bazaar, book open source revolution. Oh Jesus, open source revolution. Go to any of them, these masters of Unix or whatever. So their website is like Paul Graham, 1999's code. My website, the most lean, and they are valid HTML. Okay, by the way, if you check Paul Graham's website, it's invalid. I can tell you right away. I don't have to, let's go HTML validator. Okay, let's see how standard, how correct you are. Okay, check address, Paul Graham's address, check. Oh, you need to JavaScript. Okay, turn on JavaScript. Let Google know where you live. Okay, let's check. Is Paul Graham's website valid? Verifying you are human. Oh, warning. Something. Error. This character encoding was not declared. Error, this fuck, error, and that fuck. Paul Graham's website is incorrect. What the incredibility, this common Lisp master with his, books. Oh, hackers and painters. Oh, he had wrote 3 books. The Gospel of the Lisp coders. His website is, incorrect. Can you believe my eyes? You see what's the situation? Let's see Xah code. Let's check out Xah code, okay? File path, turn it to URL, copy the path, go back here, and let's go to validation. Okay, where is it? Okay, Paul Graham failed. Hey Paul. By the way, he banned me. He he blocked me on Twitter. A white guy. This, he's a white guy. These white people, they make a lot of money. Nobody cared about my, whatever I do. It doesn't matter how much I work. That's the situation. There is certain injustice because I criticize people freely. They are like, oh, better not associate with Xah. That's a sad part of my story. Okay, now let's check validate xah.info. check. Warning. Okay, warning is just warning. It's not technically incorrect. Okay, info, whatever, info. That what? It should give me a badge. Now, why is it no badge? It should give me a badge saying that valid HTML something. And you see, no error, okay? It's just info. But did they remove the badge feature? Like they usually, they output a badge saying, you know, check W3C approved, you know. I don't know if they removed that feature or not. But anyway, you don't see errors, okay? It's just info. And what is this info about? This info is about how the W3 standard is wrong, incorrect, okay? He's saying that you don't need the backslash, idiotic, okay? Because, you know, you look into the standards, oftentimes they are just wrong. You know, like the, 30 years of evolution of DOM. If you code website, you know, like extremely complex. And sometimes you wonder, why is that? Well, you just have to do it that way because 20 years ago it was that way. Therefore, it's this way, you know. So this info is telling you that you shouldn't have the backslash at the end of the, the so-called self-closing tags, okay? Idiotic. So it's like info is not technically incorrect. Anyway, I have like, full story and history about that particular thing. And, it's on my blog. Just search for, anyway, that relates to XML. Why did they, where did this backslash was introduced? That's because XML, you guys too young, you guys don't know what fuck is XML. XML was for about 10 years. All the nerds, all the hackers like your peers are saying, you must use XML. XML is the future. Everything must be in XML, okay? That was the situation. From year 2000 to 2008, until the What the Fuck group from Apple and Google and Opera, they started HTML5. They killed XML and XHTML, okay? Okay, so we talked for 40 minutes. We have not started to code Emacs Lisp yet. So, but back to, I was demonstrating how my website is interactive. But there's more, I haven't finished yet. For example, Unicode. Okay, let's say click insect. You wanna know what is this? Oh, you see the lower right corner, they show the name and the Unicode encoding for that character. Oh, dynamic. Not like Paul Graham's website, static. Okay, so I utilize the technology, all the technology I use, okay. Dynamic. What about Unicode search? Let me try this, okay. Let's see. Okay, you search, oh, W-A-T-E-R. Oh, they update as you type. Let's delete. Let's say fire. Let's say water. Okay, W-A-T-E-R. That's all Unicode containing whose name contains the word water. Okay, as you type. Now I don't want to show the names, so click on that. Oh, one thing, one shot view, beautiful. You see? And what is this? Does this like npm 1000 libraries like React Unicode library? No, these fucking bloated idiots. Fuck. Copy the URL back to Emacs. Open that page. Show in browser, there it is. Back to Emacs and see the source code. There it is. Let's go to search. search data. Oh, this one search, JavaScript. Open it. Warning, TypeScript file exists. Opening TypeScript exists. Opening it. Oh, TypeScript. Type checking. The bleeding edge technology. Can you see? So here is the JavaScript code, actually TypeScript, magnify. The most supreme. No npm fuck, no JavaScript, no npm fuck, no React fuck, no whatever fuck. The most lean, the most efficient, and the most correct possible. Okay, that is my code, JavaScript, my website. And no minified unreadable fuck. Yet, my code is this only 8 kilobytes. Okay, go around, look at other websites, Unicode search. Compare who is more efficient, who is faster, who can work on the phone, small screen or large screen. Compare. I get angry because on these issues, because my failure in life. Okay, for 10 years I've been living in extreme poverty. Of course, that's a big part of it is myself to blame, but not completely. Okay, there is lots of these, these grifters, these typically, anyway. So that's about that. So we still going to code Emacs Lisp, okay? Because today I want to do something, and I got more things to demonstrate, but that's enough. Okay, so let's open a new window. Let me regroup and let's code Emacs Lisp, and that will be it for today. So let's see. Let's go to talk show. Today's talk show here. Open it. I want to just post all the links we talked about today here. Okay. So we have a record of what we talked about. Close Unicode. Okay. Next. Close that. Next. Okay, that we showed that page kind of. That's a URL. I want to turn it to a local file path. Wrong key. There. Okay, link it. Close that. Close that. Next. Okay, back here. So we talk about Paul Graham. What's his what is his better Bayesian filtering? That's year 2003. Okay, that is also idiotic. This Bayesian filtering article, better Bayesian filtering article on, all the hackers, these mainstream elite hackers are chanting, singing, oh, Paul Graham wrote another article. This is fantastic. They are all promoting it. But it's idiotic. Why? Because I can tell you, this is long ago, 20 years ago, but I still remember what this article is about. He created a spam filter system for email. Okay, back then email is a thing. Today, the Zoomer generations, some of them don't know email anymore. But anyway, so spam become a major problem. Like 90% of email is all spam. So Paul Graham created this thing. This is called Tech Geekers Fighting Tech Geekers. Have you guys seen the Spy versus Spy? Let me digress, okay? Because today I feel just feels like digression. Have you guys seen the comics? That's a classic, most popular in 80s and 90s. Spy versus spy. So let me show you. Here's a badge, okay? The badge we were talking about, that W3C badge. The spy versus spy. So where is it? So let me show you. So you gotta go to hacker code, okay? I have too many articles. I don't even remember where is it. So, okay, you just have to go to Netiquette anthropology. Let me explain my pen. When a person's sanity is at balance, when human passion is raging, no etiquette must get in the way. Etiquette is one of the most popular term around, let's say, late 1995 to 2005, okay? The internet is just starting to grow, so, but, like today you have, Wikipedia, you have Discord for chatting, but back then you don't have, this, you don't have social networks, Twitter and so on. But you do have like alternative, like the same thing, but in the technology at the time. So netiquette is one of the popular word, like people talk about netiquette, like this. Almost every website you have a page about netiquette. It's kind of like today's code of conduct, okay? Code of conduct, very extremely corrupted thing. So anyway, this is collection of articles I wrote back around year 2000, okay? So what I want to show you is that spy versus spy thing. Okay, let's look. I know where it is, okay? So let me show you. Let's just go slowly. Let's just, random chat today. Maybe we code Emacs Lisp. Paul Graham's infatuation with the concept of hackers. That's one of the streak of Paul Graham. He's infatuated with the concept of hacker because in his, like, the concept of hacker is like deep in his persona, in his soul. Because, for example, one of the, he is creating new Lisp programming language, okay, Arc. Then there's another one replacing it. Like Hacker News is written in Arc, okay, Arc, A-R-C, Arc Lisp. But anyway, so he says, the best programming language is the one that's hackable. So he like, Paul Graham's ideal language is a language that's hackable, okay? So that's his obsession, and also he create, like the hacking is like his thing, like the idea. And he also wrote an article about what is philosophy, okay, on his website. This is my comment, my commentary. Death of a Troll, my memory of Eric Nagum, okay, another famous Lisper. What is a tech geeker? What is a hacker? Hacker versus tech geeker. Hacker, the name of my pen. Okay, the one true history of Meow is one of the biggest flame war on the internet in 1990s, okay, 1990s or 1980s, the biggest. This article is constantly linked by others because I documented it. All the original is, Gun. The one true history of Meow written by, this, the two battle. That's a big chapter, okay. So to catch a troll, okay, so I want to show you the spy versus spy. Let's see this one. There it is. Tech geekers versus spammers. You see what these tech nerds like you guys is still kind of so today. For example, constantly you want to fight the spammers, fight the grifters, fight whatever Discord, this establishment, the Reddit, the Twitter. So how do you do it? Because you are a nerd, so you don't know, real world. You just know with what you know. So the way you fight it is for example, you become a nom. You stay a nom, like a hot dog idiot. You have a need to. I must be a nom because in today's world, you have that that almost in most Zoomers, you need to be a nom first of all, and then when you're gonna you don't trust Discord, but however you want to use it, so you're gonna go to GitLab or whatever open source Discord client alternative or text version Discord, even though Discord license of agreement says you shouldn't do that, but you're gonna do it anyway because you are a nerd. You're just gonna fuck around. Open source, you're gonna fuck around. You want everything free, you demand it. Okay, so the way you fight it, I'm going to use a alternative Discord. Xah, you should use it too. And you tell everyone, and you're gonna use Linux, and you're gonna use this like the Moedo. He's saying we should use the Neta something, Neta protocol, the Matrix, things like that. So that's the story of nerd. Most clearly shown by this Spy versus Spy comics. You see, this Spy versus Spy, if you guys don't know, the theme is that usually you have two spies, black spy versus white spy. They how do you say, one-up man each other with their tricks and traps and whatever technology. Like this one thing, I'm gonna have this bomb, he's gonna be dead. I got this new technology bomb, and that guy is I'm gonna have this bomb, new design. This he's the other is gonna be dead. Spy versus spy. What's the word? There's a word. Something escalation, okay? Technological escalation, but something escalation. Like for example, this meat grinder. The white spy is gonna grind the black, but the black grind. They both gonna be grinded, and so this is a fantastic comics of the very popular of 19. I think they even begin in 1960s. So this like before my generation. Okay, spies versus spy. You see, very funny. They mark and they mark the the society and Anyway, my point here about the spies versus spy is that I'm talking about you guys, the nerds, and Paul Graham, the Paul Graham idiot. Because in order to fight spam, Paul Graham is a nerd. He come up with the nerd system. I'm just gonna have the cutting edge filtering system based on the, Bayesian filtering statistic, like analogous to today's AI, whatever they are doing. I'm gonna use AI to prevent to this or that. So he's gonna create the Bayesian filtering to fight spam. Okay, so the text is too small, so now it's larger, so you can see. So what is Paul Graham doing? He's doing like what these spy versus spies are doing. Okay, very bad. Okay, idiotic, brainless. Like because nerds, they don't understand how society works. How do you should fight the spammers or today's grifters, scammers? They are everywhere. You go to YouTube, all these most popular people are the most, scammers, like the grifters. Like they got millions followers. They just post drama and shit every day. Like this guy, this guy. This guy is a Brian Crescent. He's a very, not just a scammer, not a typical. He's a millions dollars scammer. Okay, and the Elon Musk is sometimes like constantly, often reposting his things. He's like a professional scammer for like 20 years, right? Scams millions of dollars by whatever is the current, like 5 years ago or 10 years ago, people are like fad about something else. He's doing that, then something else, like a huge scammer. If you want to know, you can look deeper. They are there are articles and exposing him. That these two brothers, Crescent brothers, okay, Brian and Ed, huge scammer. They got millions of followers. Okay, and well, I don't want to really be too harsh on some of the people, because some of them are really bad. Okay, like the Brian guy. Okay, he's like really nasty. He should go to jail. And in fact, the FBI raided his home. I think he made a pact with the deep state. So deep state, okay, but you do this, okay, we'll let you go, or something. That's just my opinion. Okay, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't want to get into legal trouble. But so anyway, I think you know what I'm saying. If you are on Twitter, there's huge amount of them, and one of them, the Crystal is mentioning, is that young Miles Chong guy. Okay, and also, but also some of them just they just they were born, and they were born into this social network, social media world, that to them it's normal, so they just make money, whatever. You have to be dramatic. It takes some skill to be very popular. You need to there are many things to consider. Time of your post, how shall you post, wording of the post. You want to make it so that each of your posts becomes a meme. That's why there's a lot of memers. There are dedicated memers, like scums. You don't know. You guys don't know. And many of you, some people, idiots. Like when I say something, Elon Musk, they say, "Oh, Elon Musk is this or that." They don't know. You don't know things. Okay, so lots of random. So Paul Graham. So we were talking about Paul Graham. Now, okay, so now it's 1 hour. Maybe not Lisp today, I guess. Too bad. Well, because today, where is it? Today we got this this lovely thumbnail. It says Lisp, so we should code some Lisp. Let's code Lisp. Okay, let's stop. Okay, Lisp. Okay, so what is it today? I want to do, so let's code. I'm not gonna, since we got this beautiful Lisp thumbnail, we are going to do Lisp. Okay, we are gonna code Lisp for 20 minutes, and I can finish it. But what is it we want to do? Let me show you. Okay, so Emacs Lisp write a command to rename variable names. So in particular, rename the variable names xp1, xp2 to xbegin, xend. Okay, the command will work on the current function definition. Okay, let's write that. Okay, let's begin coding. Okay, this is what we want to do. Okay, so let's okay, so yeah, define, D for define. I'm using Xah fly keys. Search for it, you'll find it. It's the most efficient key binding for Emacs, more efficient than Vim and NeoVim. I'm using Xah fly keys. I'm using Opera keyboard, and you can see all my commands and keystrokes on the ping window. Close that ping window here, and I'm using Xah Emacs Lisp mod. So that's why you press D for define, expand the whole thing. Or you see, just single key press, okay, no control, no meta. And if you want to delete the whole, just put here, one key press, delete the whole syntactical unit, okay? So anyway, let's write the command. So Xah change, rename var, okay? Let's just say that, just simply rename, okay? So here is the documentation. Let's put here. Rename variables xp1, xp2 to xbegin, xend in current define. Okay, define means like this, you know, it's a syntactical unit that defines a function. Okay, so any comments and questions? Okay. The point about Paul Graham is that, I mean, it's not bad. Okay, he's a very capable man, and very, you know, he's a master of Common Lisp, one of the greatest, you know, in history. Okay, Paul Graham. So he's a master, and he's a programming language designer. He's not. He's very high IQ. Okay. And this article, his Spatium system, you know, he actually wrote code. So, and I think it's adopted by Google, and you know, they started to. He made it popular. Okay, back then, 20 years ago, 2003. So it's not bad, but and all the nerds like back then, like today, you know, today everyone is talking about something. Like today everyone is talking about AI or something, whatever. Before that is cryptocurrency or blockchain, you know. Then you have Web3, you know, like these idiots, you know, or chanting about it. So back then everyone is chanting about, you know, look at Paul Graham Bayesian system, you know. Which is not bad, okay? But my point is that you want to fight the spammers. So how do you fight the spammers or grifters or these scammers? Okay, you know, if they do spam, scam, grifting or scam, con man, they go to jail or punished by, I don't want to say the word starting with D, but the better name is capital punishment. Okay, like in some Middle East countries, I don't know if it's true today. If you steal, you got caught, your hands got cut off. Okay, so how do you fight spammers and grifters and scammers? Go to prison. Okay, so open source is not the answer. Okay, what do you do if you discovered Google is actually containing backdoors or cheating, you know, or Microsoft or Facebook, you know, you go to jail. That's how you deal with it. Not like the hot dog today's generation idiots. Oh, I'm just gonna be a nun, and he's gonna erase his post every week, you know. Fucking, you know. You stand for humanity, justice, law and order. At least that's the white man's proper reaction to these criminals, these you know, scamming and whatever deep state. Okay. So again, my point is that these nerds, you know, this elite hackers, these thought leaders. I mean, it's nothing wrong to create a program to fight the spam, but you should. I mean, but you should at least tell people that alternatively, because all these are made by human. If all you do is just write code, or I'm going to, like today, many of you, I know tech. I'm going to create a domain, my personal domain redirect or whatever, on Windows, on Linux, like that's what is that? That is this. That's what happens. What's the word? Escalation. Okay, let's search. I want to find the right word. Wait, did I not use the word? Email spam become worse and worse. Like 90% of email traffic is spam. And today it's even worse because Google, they, Gmail and all these emails, they it's not by spammers anymore. Now it's by deep state. If they determine this email should not be sent, they will make it so. So your email to someone is never sent. Okay. Okay, back to Emacs. Okay. So let me just code quickly to get this work. Okay. So we want to rename. Okay. So narrow to region. I'm just gonna code this quickly. Okay. Let x begin, x end. Okay. We have 2 points. Actually, narrow to define. Okay, do you narrow to define? So it will automatically narrow the buffer to the function definition. Okay, so we don't need that, I guess. Okay, so actually I don't have that colored. So here you narrow to define. Then what you do? So you narrow. Now you just go to char buffer minimum. Go to buffer point minimum. Go to the beginning of the buffer. Narrow to define just like means this. Okay. So for example, let me do. For example, something. Okay. So here's a function, right? Let's clean it up. Right, here's a function. So if your cursor here is here, you call narrow to define. Okay, you see, it just pretend it as if anything outside of it doesn't exist. So you can go to the beginning, go to the end, or you can do find and replace. It will just work in this region. Okay, when you are done, you call the command widen. Okay. If you don't, once you widen, you can see the top or bottom. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so call it narrow to define. Do it. You see, you don't see, anything beyond them. Now call widen to undo the effect. Now you can see. Okay, so that's what this narrow to define is. Okay, now once we do that. We go to the beginning of the buffer, then we go to the beginning of buffer and while search for word for x begin. Let's just search for word for xp1. Okay, so bound not nil. We no need the end boundary. No error true. Okay, because if it cannot find it, don't signal error. Okay, so while search for xp1, replace it by x begin. Okay, so fixed case yeah, you want fixed case, okay, fixed case true and literal true, okay. So, but this search for word will also find the capital version, so we don't want that. So we want to say case for search equals to nil, okay. When case for search is true, that means any search will be case insensitive, but we want to be case sensitive, so that's why we said locally case for search nil, okay. So search for word xp1, then replace match, repeat, okay. Then let's do the whole thing again, this time for xp2, okay, and replace it by xend, okay. Clean the code. I think that's it. Then when you are done, that's it, okay. So actually remove that, okay. I think that's it. Let's clean, okay, that's the code. Evaluate the buffer. Now let's put it back, color it, and show in browser. You can see here's the code today. Now let's go to Xah flag keys. So this is the Xah flag keys, 4,000 lines of code. Let's try to use it. Search for xp1, okay. So you can see here is a command with the xp1 variable and xp2 variable. Okay, wait, there's one thing I forgot to do. We don't want, if we have a long word such as that, we don't want to replace it. We only want xp1, xp2 by themselves. In other words, we have to check boundary. Okay, so undo. So let's go back to the code. Let's modify the code. So let me show you. So this code needs to be modified. Instead of search for word, you say regular expression search for word, and here you want to add a boundary. So the way you do that is \\b for boundary. It's ugly, but that's how things are. So I believe that's it. So if you are not sure, I'm not sure, so you go to Emacs Lisp basics, Emacs Lisp, search for regular expression, rejects, wait, practical Emacs Lisp. Okay, it's not here. So this basic, yeah, okay. Okay, regular expression in Emacs Lisp. You want to check for the syntax. So regular expression syntax. Now you want to check for boundary. So scroll down a bit, you'll see what's the syntax for boundary of the word. Grouping, alternatives, character classes, and character classes of Emacs syntax table, boundary anchors. Okay, so there it is, word boundary marker B. Actually, we want the symbol boundary marker for beginning of symbol, actually, so we want that one. So what is the difference between word and symbol? Now, this symbol boundary is unique in Emacs Lisp. In other regular expressions, such as in Python, in Perl, in Golang, in Java, in JavaScript, you don't have this symbol thing, okay? But in Emacs, so this is unique to Emacs, because in Emacs, distinguish a word from a symbol. What's the difference? A word is just, the normal meaning of word, like talk, show, like, alphabet plus numbers, So a sequence of alphanumerics, that's a word, okay? But in Emacs, you have a concept of symbol. Symbol is usually words plus the underscore, or words plus the low line or plus hyphen, or both of them. So essentially a symbol means an identifier, okay, in programming language jargon, identifier, okay. So this is unique in Emacs. Close that. So we want to use the symbol boundary, okay, backslash underscore okay, so end of symbol, then beginning of symbol, okay. So it looks ugly when you have a backslash, but when you're a string, backslash needs to be escaped by another backslash. That's why you see two backslashes, that's incomprehensible thing. So okay, so you replace that by that, okay, so now we don't need that. Okay, the same thing here. We can just copy this string, move here, paste that string, delete that string, and replace this by 2, okay. Pretty the code, evaluate it, put it back, colorify, show in browser, there it is. And let's go to an example. Let's do it, okay. We want to make sure this, first of all, backup. So color XP and XP1, XP2, okay. Now let's call the command Xah rename var, okay. Fantastic. Now it didn't change XP2. Why is that? Okay, let's undo. Let's go back to drawing board. Let's see, why is it not changing the XP2? Oh, we forgot to use regular expression. Okay, you need research forward. Okay, so put it here, evaluate the buffer, go back to that here, call the command, do it. Beautiful. Undo, do it again. Beautiful. Okay, evoke Xah keys, so this code, so we can actually go to the directory and compile it. Compile, no error. When you have an error, usually compile will find it, so but no error. Okay, open the compiled file, delete it, we don't need it, close it. Okay, that's it for today. Now there's one more important thing to do, because when you replace a variable by another, you want to make sure there's no existing variable by whatever you are replacing, because if there is already exists, then you fuck up your code. So we need to do an extra check. If there exists already X begin, you need to replace it by something else. Okay, and actually we can do that. Yeah, we can do that by by first do a pre-processing. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Your hair is beautiful. That's a Atomic song. I love that song. I cannot sing well. Okay, that's the code. Fantastic. Yeah, so let's write a warning. One more step we need to do. Okay, so let's put it here. If the code already has X begin or X end, we need to replace them first by something unique, something like that. Okay, you can generate a unique symbol easily. For example, let's say X random number. Okay, press this key, random number, this key, or if you want, more complex random string, you can do that. So that command, you can see Xah insert random string or Xah insert random number. Okay, there. Okay, but anyway, that's the code. Color it, show in browser, page down. There it is, fantastic. So let me explain why do I want to rename them. Because, well, my style, so this is regarding programming style, more specifically the variable naming style. Okay, that's a big issue. In fact, very important. I mean, although it's not critical because the program doesn't care what variable name you use. You can use, girlfriend's names or whatever. I remember a joke or story, like like someone says that one time he's reading source code of a guy or a friend, and all the variable names or function names are his ex-girlfriend's names. So anyway, the code doesn't care how you name your variable, but to humans in real life coding, the variable name is extremely important function name because they serve as a documentation what this thing do. Because imagine let's list all function names in Emacs. Okay, you see all these functional command names. Now imagine all of them is just random string. Then basically Emacs became impossible to use, but it still works 100%, right? So this is how important the naming of things are. When you read the source code, let's say when you read the source code, let's go to the Unicode search. Okay, we were reading this. So here's the source code. If all the function names, let's list all functions. Okay, so kind of like that. So if all the function names is now a random string, then it will be impossible to understand the code essentially, or you make it 10 times more difficult. So this function name becomes extremely important. Okay. And so how should you name function or variables? That's kind of a topic by itself. But we basically intuitive know, you just name it like what it does. But I mean, but the science of this is not settled because, for example, if you go to PowerShell or Bash or Unix has their own kind of naming, like 2 characters, ls, cryptic fuck, cat, ls cat. I think I got an important message. Okay, I gotta go. So that's it. Okay, that's it. Thank you. No image, Xah. What image? So what? So anyway, so you want to pay me, okay? If you like my stuff, if you enjoyed my Emacs tutorial or JavaScript or my talk show, donate to me, okay? Patreon, Amazon gift card, PayPal, okay? I gotta go. Thank you guys for watching. Bye, guys. If you also if you can comment, put timestamps, comment on my YouTube comments, that would be appreciated. Bye, guys.